me ask you something. Have you ever done something really, really good and nobody noticed? Have you ever worked hard and somebody else got the credit? Have you ever stayed up late, sacrificed your time, gave your best, and nobody even said thank you? Have you ever sat in a room full of people and felt completely invisible? Like you were physically there, but nobody really saw you. If so, keep listening. If not, keep living. Because sooner or later, all of us know what it feels like to be overlooked, to be underestimated, to be forgotten. But here's the good news, family. People may overlook you, but God never does. Hey, family, my name is Tony Lewis, and it's my pleasing pleasure to spend a few minutes with you today for a few minutes for us underdogs and strugglers in the Bible. Second chances, the overlooked, the underestimated, the people everybody forgot, but God never did. Today, we launch a brand new series, The People Nobody Talks About. Hidden people, huge lessons. Now, in these videos, if these videos are blessing your spirit, like, comment, subscribe, and share with somebody who feels forgotten, overlooked, or left behind. Thank you, family, for all your love and support. Now, let's get into it. Meet Huldah. Huldah, the woman everybody missed. Just because people overlook you doesn't mean God has overlooked you. Sometimes the people nobody notices become the very people God uses most. Let me tell you her story. It's found in 2 Kings 22 and 2 Chronicles 34. Picture this. King Josiah is leading a revival, y'all. He's trying to bring God's people back to God. The temple has been neglected. Dust everywhere. Broken things everywhere. Years of spiritual neglect. While workers are cleaning and discover something shocking. The book of the law, God's word, forgotten, buried, ignored. When they read it aloud, the room goes silent. Everybody suddenly realizes how far away they have drifted from God. Who am I talking to? The king tears his clothes. That's Bible talk, for my heart is broken. The nation needs answers. The king needs wisdom. The leaders need direction. So they ask, who can we tell us? Who can tell us what God is really saying? Now here's the surprise. They didn't go to the famous priest. They didn't go to the celebrity preacher. They didn't go to the powerful politician. They went to Huldah. Now, family, this gets interesting. Her name means weasel or mole. She was a weasel woman with a word from God. Lord have mercy. She was a prophetess. What's amazing is she was in the same city where the prophets Jeremiah and Zephaniah was ministering. Big names, recognized names. Yet God chose to speak through Huldah. No spotlight, no platform, no fan club, no social media following, just a faithful woman who stayed close to God. And when she spoke, everybody listened. The king listened. The leaders listened. The nation listened. Why? Because authority doesn't come from popularity. It comes from God's presence. While why Huldah could have quit? She could have quit. Can we be honest, family? Huldah had every reason to quit. Every reason. She wasn't famous. She wasn't celebrated. She wasn't promoted. She wasn't trending. Most people would have walked right past her house looking for Jeremiah. She lived in the shadow of bigger names, more visible names, more celebrated names, yet God chose her. My God, somebody needs to hear that, because some of you have spent years living in somebody else's shadow, watching somebody else get promoted, watching somebody else get recognized, watching somebody else get celebrated, and wondering, when is my turn? Family, don't miss this. Don't miss this. You don't need their spotlight when God has your assignment. While everybody else was chasing attention, she was chasing God. While everybody else was building platforms, she was building character. While everybody else wanted recognition, she wanted a relationship. Who am I talking to? And because she was faithful in private, God trusted her in public. 4 reasons Huldah succeeded. She was available when God called. She answered. When opportunity knocked, she opened the door. She didn't say, I'm not qualified. I'm not ready. Nobody knows me. She simply said yes. Family, God is not always looking for ability. He's looking for availability. Is that your hand? I see raised saying, Lord, I'm available. Is that you? Number 2, she was authentic. She didn't soften God's message. She didn't water down God's truth. She didn't edit God's word. Even when a king was listening, truth may not always be popular, but it will always be powerful. Number 3, she had accountability. She delivered God's message exactly as God gave it. Nothing added, nothing removed, nothing diluted, nothing adjusted. Faithfulness means carrying out the whole assignment, not just the easy parts. Number 4, she was anointed. Her power didn't come from the title. It didn't come from the position. It didn't come from a crowd. It came from God. That's why people listened, not because she had influence, but because she had intimacy. Let me say that again. People listened to her, not because she had influence, but because she had intimacy. A close walk with God will take you further than any title ever could. But what is the lesson? What is the lesson? God specializes in using unexpected people to accomplish extraordinary purposes. Maybe that's where you are today. You keep serving and nobody noticing. You keep praying and nobody knows it. You keep giving and nobody's saying thank you. You keep showing up and nobody's applauding. And eventually a whisper comes, does any of this matter, family? Yes, it matters. God saw every prayer. God saw every sacrifice. God saw every tear. God saw every act of obedience. Nothing you do for God is ever wasted. Hebrews 6:10 says, for God is not unjust to forget your work and labor of love. God has not forgotten you. Family, hear me now. Hear me now. Stop waiting for recognition. Stop waiting for applause. Stop waiting for validation. If God gave you an assignment, serve faithfully. If God gave you a gift, use it faithfully. If God gave you a purpose, walk in it faithfully, because the same God who saw Huldah sees you. The same God who opened doors for Huldah can open doors for you. And when God's timing arrives, he knows exactly where to find you. But remember the lesson. Hidden does not make forgotten. Overlooked does not mean overlooked by God, because God specializes in using unexpected people to accomplish extraordinary purposes. Join me next week for episode number 2 of The People Nobody Talks About. More hidden people, more huge lessons, more proof that God sees what others miss. To God be the glory. I'm out, y'all.